The views and opinions expressed on the following program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect the policy or position of ONTV's management, staff, or board of directors.
Yeah. Tonight we got Alice Cooper, Motley Crue, Led Zeppelin, and the Who. Yeah, we're gonna listen to some slow alternative music, followed by Oasis and Tina Marie. Oh, hello there, I am Phil, and this is my assistant Edith. Hello there, Edith. How are you?
Hello. Hello. How are you?
I am pretty fantastic. And how was your evening?
My evening is going good. Not bad.
Are you in a hurry? Then you need to slow the hell down. This is the announcement.
Silly. He said, "Are you in a hurry? Slow the hell down."
Yeah, I think this is the right one. Give my Barry White on. Yeah, baby. Kathy is
Talking nude.
Oh yeah, baby. You're looking kind of sexy over there. I see you just.
Talking nude.
Damn, girl, you make me feel that way. I just wanna.
Talking nude.
Yeah, I just took a nice hot shower, but it's time for me to.
Talking nude.
Oh yeah, we could talk with clothes on, but I would rather be.
Talking nude.
You're not supposed to be laughing. You're supposed to be talking.
Talking nude.
Fading out.
Hello.
Good evening. Hello there. I am one of your hosts, Jason, and this is my beautiful host.
Jason's wife, Miss Kathy.
As you stated again, it's
A.
Mrs.
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 Kathy A.
How are you?
Or Mrs. Kathy.
Or
There we
just-
go.
there we go,
Maybe
Mrs.
we'll just
Kathy.
go with that.
Yeah,
Maybe
we'll
that's
just
a little
do
bit easy
Mrs.
for me to
Kathy.
memorize.
It's so much easier. So how was your weekend?
It was very eventful. Very busy.
Yeah.
I was busy at the salon on Friday, and then Saturday I had two parties back to back. This last 2 weekends have been like parties back to back, like going from one party to the next party. And this weekend I had a kids party. It was my really good friend Eli and Isaiah's twin girls' birthday party. Their 2-year-old birthday party.
Aw.
It was Little Mermaid theme, and it was at this place I think called Boogie or something like that in Rochester. It's like one big
Boogie
room.
Nights, maybe?
No, not at all.
Not Boogie Nights.
It was one big room
Club
that had like
54
different
maybe.
like things for kids to do,
Okay.
and basically they just sit and run around. It's like different themes room. They had a Batman room. They had a kids dance room, a kids kitchen room, a kids with a little costume room where they could just
Okay.
dress up in little costumes, and
Mhm.
they had a room with trampoline slides, and
Yeah.
it was one big space. And then like they had a side for the adults to be, you know, and it had like nice little electric fireplace, some nice cushiony chairs, a bar, and it was really nice.
Mm.
And I just like seeing all the kids just run around. I mean, these kids were just running. I mean, running around. But I'm like, this is a great deal. All you have to do is bring your own decorations and your own food, and that's a party for 2 hours. I think
Yeah.
it was 3 hours they had it.
And then we went to another party after that.
And that was my friend Rachel's.
It was her birthday party.
And that was in her beautiful backyard.
It was really nice.
Yes, it was. The bonfire was the shit. The food was really good.
And I got to say, the alcoholic punch that she made was really good,
Yes,
too.
that was excellent.
I had
that
about
was
6
so,
cups.
so. Yes, 6 cups.
I did. I had 6 cups.
I like that little sip you gave me because I didn't want
Yeah.
to drink because I had taken like
Yeah.
some THC.
Well, I was
edible,
definitely
so
over
I didn't
there
want to
doing the 6
overdo it,
cups.
especially when I know I have to work out. the
I
next
could have
morning.
smoked. They were passing it around left and right like, hey.
I was though.
want-
I
you
was
wanna-
partaking
you wanna
in the
toke on
spirit
the
of,
Chiba?
marijuana.
Marijuana.
Marijuana, yes.
Yeah. They were asking me, do you want to toke on the Chiba? They're like,
Oh my God, who
"Hey."
the fuck says that?
I mean, I don't know. Cheech and Chong, maybe? I don't-
Kishi Chung?
Maybe. It's
Maybe,
possible.
maybe possible. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I had a good weekend. I went and saw the new Transformer movie.
Oh yeah, you did. Oh my gosh, you guys, he was so excited about it when he came
Man.
back. Oh my gosh.
Well, first I got to tell you, like, on the way there, I didn't think I was going to make it in time because, like, I had to do laundry and then also
take care of some errands
take
for
care of
me.
some errands for the wife. And so while I was doing that, I'm trying to, like, hurry up, and I'm looking at my time, and I'm like, shit, do I got enough time to do this? So I go back to the laundromat, and I got there with a minute to spare, pulled this stuff out of the dryer real quick, Everything was good. Got on the way there. I felt like they should have been playing like Beethoven or something, on my way there, like, because I was dodging in and out
And
of
I
traffic
bet he
trying
was
to get
because
there.
his driving. Oh my gosh, you guys! I can't even imagine when he's in a rush. I don't even want to be in the car when he's in a rush.
Is that why you
because
hold your
his-
stomach when we're driving?
Yes, because you drive
be
like a
nervous.
race car driver.
But then she also don't want to wear her seatbelt, and I'm like, no, baby,
Yes.
you gotta wear your
Well,
seatbelt.
that's because fat people, if they squeeze and it doesn't like hug us in the right way.
Okay, but if we
any
get in a
fat
car
person
accident,
knows that like it's just uncomfortable.
but to avoid a car accident, you should have your seatbelt on because
would
fat,
think-
skinny, or not, you
yeah,
definitely
you're
want a
right, but
seatbelt
it's just it's not the most comfortable. It's just not.
on. Yeah.
It's just not.
Well, trust me, I know I don't like wearing them either. I'm like bones and skeletons. So imagine
Bones
holding
and
this,
skeletons. Honestly,
holding a seatbelt on.
it's
some
so funny
bones.
as I get older. Like as much as I look at like what society like wants people to be when it comes down to size, shape, color, stance, titles, or whatever. Right.
Right.
As I get older, I don't know what it is, but I guess I'd rather be fat. I would, because I just think about like, what if you fall as you get older and there's no fat to like bounce off of?
You're just fucked.
Because I do think about stuff like that.
I mean, you could wear elbow pads and knee pads everywhere you go. I mean, I guess you could
because
do that.
I think about that shit because I'm like, a lot of my clients or people that I know of or things you hear on TV when senior citizens fall, they always fall and break a bone and break a hip, and
Yeah.
that's how like they really injure themselves. And I'm just like,
Mm.
I'd rather be fat. I would have some fat on my bones.
So, speaking of bones, the Transformer movie was called Rise of the Beasts. It was about different animals and bones. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really about bones, but I mean, they had
Just put that bones in
animals
there.
have bones, so
They do.
I'm guessing they have bones. I'm sure they're not like a spider where they have no bones, because spiders don't have bones, do they?
No, they do not. That's
Yeah.
how they get into so many crevices of your house, and they're quick. There's no skeletal system.
Look, she
to
wants us
them.
to shut the window 24/7.
Yeah, in the summertime, like where we live at, you guys, there's like nothing but spiders' nests outside of our windows.
There is.
So we have a
And they're
thing
just
called
like-
spider season
they're
where we
just
live
like
at because you
chilling,
have
too.
to keep the windows shut.
Yep.
Like in the wintertime and early spring and fall, you can have them open. But even with fall, you got to be careful because they're like looking for a warm place to go, and that's usually inside your house. So, like I said, there's only so many times a year that me and Jason can have the windows open in our house. So we use our air
And they're
conditioning
really just chilling.
quite a bit.
We'll be watching TV and they'll just be chilling like, hey, what's going on? You can
I know.
You can
like,
open the window
but
anytime.
they're still, they're still very cunning, sneaky creatures. So,
Well, the movie was very good, I got to say. It was very good. I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it yet, but I do want to say Pete Davidson did a great job playing Mirage. What I like about it, what I can say about it, I'm sure a lot of people already know, I'm sure they Googled it if they're a nerd like I am, is at the beginning, it's an homage to the original 1980s Transformers. So keep that in mind. All the different original Transformers, a lot of them were in the original that was actually on the movie. And Pete Davidson did Mirage. Of course, Optimus Prime was there. Megatron was not there. They had Unicron. That's all I'm going to tell you. But it was really, babe, it was really good. Like, when I went to the movies, I was extremely excited. I loved the movie. Went in there, got me a couple slushes, got me some chicken tenders, and I was good to go. I had a great time. I honestly, I give it a 5.
just a 5.
Maybe a 5+, but it was really good.
Is that a 1 through 10 or 1 through 5?
1 through 5. I'd get a 5.
Oh,
But if it
that
was-
means you're telling me that it's excellent.
But it was
yeah.
excellent. But I mean, but you don't really like Transformers or nothing like
No,
that.
but I'm just saying that if it was like that wasn't a bad grade, you were saying it like it was a bad grade or something.
No, it was a
wasn't.
great movie. Like, I enjoyed it.
He
thoroughly.
enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yes, I enjoyed it.
Nothing wrong with that though. He said it was worth every penny of the $8 he spent.
I did. It was very.
He went to a matinee show. That's
I
a
did.
great deal, you guys. Like, please, you guys, keep these theaters open.
Yes.
Go to these matinee shows.
Please
Go to these
support 'em.
shows. And I don't care. Just go when it's cheap. If you can't afford it at nighttime, just go. We gotta keep the theaters open. We gotta.
And look, here's the thing, guys.
we gotta
I
keep
get it. You
some
don't want to spend a lot
nostalgia
of money.
going.
I get it. You don't want to spend a lot of money. So that means you get your little snacks and your little baggie or whatever you're gonna
Or
bring.
eat before you go.
Eat
Just
before
eat
you go. But then, patronage these movie theaters, because otherwise they're going to be like drive-ins and they're going to be gone. And we're going to wonder where the hell the movie theaters are. We're going to be watching movies on our wristwatch and shit, which we probably already are.
Yeah,
They probably
I see
are.
that one coming. That one's gonna come.
They're probably already doing it. Like, they got the iPhone watches and they're
I
watching.
know.
Because, I mean, they text and
I
everything.
don't even
else.
understand that. But
don't-
people
I don't
say
get
they
it.
can. It's easy to get a phone call or whatever. I just
It frustrates
I'm
me
not
because
there
that's
yet.
just too damn small to be trying to type and look at a text message. My eyesight's not the
But
greatest
at least
already.
watches are coming back. They're just coming back in a different way. Remember when watches started to become obsolete, when people didn't care about knowing
I
the
loved
time?
watches.
Because all we do is carry around a little miniature computer called a cell phone,
Yeah.
you know?
Well,
Like, I never thought
mean,
that this would be like,
but you know why they did that, right? Why they got
what?
everybody hooked on cell phones. This is my theory. I could be wrong, but if you know the TV show The Wire that I love on HBO, right? That
Mm-hmm.
came out about the drug scene and whatnot. Well, what it was is the police were trying to like track, the dealers doing what they were doing on the block, right? And they couldn't do it off the payphones because they had to get a wire to do it. They have to get, a tap to be able to do it. But they found out that they were using burner phones, which is a true story. A lot of dealers were using burner phones, and they could track those a lot easier once they put a wire on them. But payphones are hard to track. So they wanted everyone on social media on a phone so they can do what? Track you.
You know, this is so funny.
I'm so
This is
serious.
so a squirrel moment, but it goes with what you were saying, though. It
It's the
says,
truth.
I don't you guys, don't cancel me for this, but, I don't understand why selling drugs is illegal. I just don't. I hate to say that, I don't get it because
But it is a job.
isn't sugar and candy and certain types of food,
It's a drug.
toothpaste,
Nicotine's a drug.
nicotine, yeah, let's say cigarettes, liquor. I mean, how is or antidepressants or even Advil, aspirin, Vicks 44, all these things are considered drugs, right?
Right.
So I don't understand why it's illegal to sell drugs.
Because the government wants to make their money off of it. And that's a whole deeper subject, but it's the truth. They that's why they wanted to legalize it so they could regulate it and they could tax it. That's really all it was. It wasn't that they said, "Oh yeah, come and smoke all the fucking weed you want to smoke. Here you go. Here's a bowl of weed. Smoke it. Joints
and also
every
they put
single
stuff
day."
on it, like they put
They're
different
like-
stuff in it than they do when I do. I believe that. And the reason I say that is because compared to when I first started indulging in THC, it was definitely stronger.
Mhm.
Edibles were stronger, weed was stronger. Now that they've made everything legal, there's definitely a difference between dispensary weed and street weed, and whether you're putting in edibles, whether you are legal, it is a difference. They have it down to a science. They know how buzzed you're going to get. They
Yep.
know when the come down is. They have us now so calculated and addicted to this shit because they know how long it's going to last, all that kind of stuff.
And it's sad
Versus,
because if
like-
you think about it, like,
And so they have us hooked on it like they have us hooked
Yeah.
on chips and candy and sugar.
well, think about it. A lot of your drugs right now are laced. I talked to a couple coworkers. They went to Electric Forest and they were lacing the mushrooms with fentanyl. And then there was a bust recently. I think in Chicago, a woman got busted with a bunch of pills. They were fake pills or whatever, and she
Why is
laced them with
everybody
fentanyl.
wanting to do fentanyl when it's known right now for killing people? So you want to just die?
I don't think their intention is to die. I think
their intention is, if they're going to say it's going to make us die, there must be some good shit. It must be that point of view. Has to be.
I don't think it's that. I think they don't realize the potency of it,
But if you're hearing about it on the street, how potent it is, wouldn't you just not try it?
You would think so, but once you're already addicted, you're past that point. From an addict perspective, once you're addicted to it, it's hard to go back and stop messing with it. You know what I mean? So like,
I think we're all just addicted to something.
I mean, I'm addicted to sugar. I'm not gonna lie.
I love
sugar.
I love food. I mean, y'all can already know, but
No,
I
you love
fucking
spicy food. Let's call it what the fuck it is.
I do, but still, it's considered food. I
You be
fucking
eating
love
spicy
food.
shit, like for real.
I'm so serious. Like, that is probably my only thing that I am like not disciplined at as I should. But as I'm getting older, because my body's changing,
Mhm.
it's like making me be disciplined
Same
and
here.
more aware of what you put into your body. So young kids out there, teenagers, 20 somethings, like, enjoy every bit of food right now.
Yes, because you can actually
because-
digest and process it when
Yes,
you're younger.
because as you get older,
Your body slows down.
oh my God, and one day you could eat peanut butter
Have
and
a
the next day
fucking
you
allergy.
cannot.
You have a fucking allergy.
Or
And it
one day you've been
sucks.
eating spicy food your whole life, and then now it's like, can't do it at all.
Yep, you just can't fucking do. Don't do that again. What it'd be like? Oh, didn't work.
You know. Oh, there we go. That's when your body's like, I don't think so. It's time to turn around. Time to do something new.
That's true.
You know this thing over here called a vegetable? You know this thing over here called a piece of fruit? Oh, remember back in the day when they told you to eat your fruits and vegetables? Guess what? Now you have to.
Well, a lot of people are getting fucked up too because all the chemicals and additives and preservatives they're putting in the food. So it's like you got all this food, and then you're like you got all these different things on it, chemicals and fertilizer.
But the
and
thing is, you know what? You're actually very right. Do you know that food is chemicals?
yeah,
But it's all about the like going back to science and biology, like how you put certain chemicals together has a reaction.
chemical composition.
Yeah, so I don't even think it's the food necessarily. I think it's the composition of how they're putting it together,
Yeah.
and when it hits everybody's human body has a different makeup.
Hmm.
So you, for instance, you can eat all the food that you want to.
No, I really can't.
Yes, I'll give you a prime example.
No,
but
I really
you
can't. I really can't. She's lying to y'all. Don't believe
He
the hype.
can, but it won't
No.
show it. Like he doesn't get fat, right? But
No, I just hit
inside
the
though of
bathroom,
him,
my fucking
inside of him won't let him at all. He does.
No.
He looks like the picture of health,
But I'm
but
not
he
at
has
all.
to eat like very, very particular.
I eat like a fucking bird. It sucks.
The way food composition hits his body is
Yeah.
totally different than the way mine does.
I think it's because sugar has always been a thing that I've liked. You know, when I was younger, I used to eat a lot of ice cream, a lot of junk food. And as I got older, I didn't really fall out of that habit. Like as you get older, you're supposed to eat healthier, and I think I've
I
ate
know.
worse. But I mean, the good thing is
I've gotten better.
I eat
I've
sugar, but I
gotten
don't
better.
eat like tons of sugar.
I have like bad, anybody like me, I have like fucking bad dreams when I eat bad. When I eat really badly for like that cheap week,
Hmm.
like I call it the cheap week, y'all. We have to like budget on the groceries and
Yeah.
shit. Like, I don't have the best dreams
It
during
happened
those
with me
weeks.
and the meat the other day. with
You
the-
know, I don't have the best dreams. When I eat healthy, I have the best rest, the best sleep, the best dreams.
Yeah.
So it's like I think I think that's just your body's way of telling you like this isn't good for you. You know.
How did you feel when we went to Nino Salvaggio's the other
Oh my
day?
gosh,
How
you
did
guys!
you sleep
This was
then?
such a great store.
It was fun.
I felt really blessed for actually Jason taking me to the store. I've passed it a million times. I love specialty markets because things I eat now have to come from specialty markets.
Mhm.
But I've always passed this place. It's even on the way to when I go see my trainer in Madison Heights on Royal Oak.
Shout out to Lourdes and Be Limitless.
And I've seen it on Woodward, and Jason brought me to the one on Telegraph, and it had so much beautiful ingredients of food. So well organized. The store smelled good, didn't have like a funky smell to it. All the produce was absolutely beautiful and well priced.
It was.
I got like so much food for only $60, but usually I spend like 90 at a regular commercial grocery store.
Mhm.
So there is a difference, you guys. Check
Yeah.
out some of these specialty markets, even if it may come off like it's expensive. You never know. Go inside. I admit the meat is pricey, but it's the best quality of meat.
Yeah.
But the produce, if you're looking for produce, fruit, dried fruit, stuff for your allergies, to specialty items that you can't find at a commercial grocery store, go to some of these specialty markets.
What did it for me was when I was in the bathroom in the cafe section, and the bathroom attendant came in wiping the glass and wiping the window and was singing Rick James' "Mary Jane."
Really?
And as you know, when we got married, we were dancing to cold-blooded Rick James out at Dodge Park. So it was a lot of fun that this guy enjoyed his job that much that he was in there singing Rick James. So like I shared that memory with him as I was washing my hands, and he started singing Cold-Blooded. That's how you know people love their job when they're singing Rick James.
That's true.
Either that or he was high. I don't know, but
That
he could
is
have been both.
true.
But I really like Nino's as well. They had a great selection of things, and they had a lot of local produce too. They had local salsa from Detroit.
That is
there.
true. Like I said, the prices to me was worth every penny. Like I
Yes.
told Jason, by just looking at the produce made me want to buy it. Like versus like sometimes I'll go to like Aldi or Meijer and like
Mhm.
I fuss about buying something because I'm like, this does not look good enough for me to spend this kind of money on it.
Yeah.
But every piece of produce I went through yesterday was so beautiful. Like, it's
Well,
just so beautiful.
you also had a topic that you wanted to talk about tonight. Let's delve into
Oh
that.
yes, the topic. Actually, it's not the topic necessarily. It's more of like a special guest.
Oh,
You know, we had a guest plan for tonight, but
We
things
did.
fell through with that. So I decided to interview a very special guest. I need the applause, please. Applause,
need
applause,
the applause. All right,
Yes.
hold on. Let me.
All right, you guys, let's welcome our guest. He's been doing music 20 years and up.
Oh,
Very funny, very charming, great writer. great lyricist, has had many albums in the underground rap music industry, you guys. And used to promote shows, do wedding photography, um, show photography for different rap venues, and been around Michigan quite a lot. And even started off as a driver. So who would have known, from a driver to literally going all over Michigan. Let's give it up, you guys, for UGA. Which is AKA my husband, Jason.
Wow. Just put me on the spot, huh?
Yes, I did, honey. Yes,
What's funny
I
is in the
did.
parking lot on the way here, she's like, "Oh yeah, I got a topic I want to talk about tonight." And I'm thinking like it's something else, you know. Like, I mean, so what's on your mind, dear?
Well, of course, honey. We interview everybody else. We've got to interview you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And tonight we're going to do the interview. I call it little banana splitty.
Yeah.
Yep. So, you know what? How about you tell us a little about yourself in the music industry?
Wow. How much time we have? No. I've been writing music since I was probably about 11 years old. I had a lot of neighbors, a lot of kids that were, you know, when I was a teenager, they had girlfriends and they were shy and they couldn't articulate what they were trying to say to their girlfriend. So I used to charge like $20 to write a poem or a rap and give it to them to, you know, not propose, but, you know, say something to their girlfriend, right? Like Valentine's Day,
That
whatever.
is so sweet.
And most of the time they couldn't do it because they couldn't articulate it and say it. So I would do it. So I would be like the middle person and be rapping.
That is so sweet.
And that's kind of how that started. Thank you. And that's kind of how that started.
That is cute.
And-
Yeah, that is so cute. That's like the ultimate starter beginning story for real. Like, I used to write love notes for my buddies because I couldn't articulate to their girlfriends.
They couldn't.
That is the ultimate great story of stardom. That is
Oh, that's
beautiful.
crazy.
That is great. Like, seriously, that is the ultimate great story. Okay.
So yeah, that took off from there. And then, you know, my mother raised me till I was 13 years old. Unfortunately, she passed away. And so I was still writing and I was kind of getting into hip hop around then. I was going through a metal phase at first. And I used to go through a lot of like rock and roll and classic rock and metal. But in the back of my mind, hip hop was always there.
I know what it is that you like about hip hop.
What is that?
When it comes down to it, because you said you started off with metal, you liked music. Because when I think of hip hop,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what the lyrics are, but if you just close your eyes and just listen to like the person rapping or saying the words plus the beat,
Yeah.
it's all about feeling that energy. And what I get from hip hop is aggression. You like music with an aggression.
Well, I wouldn't say.
Yes, it is. It has like it's a subtle aggression. Like
Maybe.
it makes you feel hyped. When I saw you, you know, watching MTV Raps, you know, it gets you hype. When I see
does.
you with listening to rap music, it gets you hype, which is like an
Yeah.
aggression. Aggression, people think is a bad word, but no,
Yeah.
aggression means pressure. You like music with the pressure.
Energy.
You can feel it.
I like that high energy.
Yes, it is still considered pressure. That's
Okay.
all energy. So it's
Yeah.
like you like the aggression of it.
Yeah, maybe that you might be right because I like Limp Bizkit a lot because
The
you know, I mean, who
aggression.
doesn't like that? It's just one of those days. Feeling, you know what I mean? Like when he just came out in the guitar and the drum, and I mean, for me, it was like, holy shit, who is this dude rapping?
When it comes
With metal.
to hip hop music in your style of writing,
Mhm.
do you consider what category do you consider your writing to be?
It's a good question. So, I like a lot of storytelling in my music because I grew up in that era. So, like Slick Rick, EPMD, Rakim, Mobb Deep, Big Daddy Kane, Ice-T, Ice Cube. You know, there was so many great storytellers, and I always gravitated towards realism. So even with KRS-One and BDP Boogie Down Productions, you know, he always educated you, but he also entertained you, and that's what I like to do. Is mine is more about my life. So I tend to do different chapters of my life, but I also do stories about people that I know and I can relate. People can relate through those stories. If that-
Okay,
if
I
that
have
makes
I
sense.
have a deep question to ask when it comes to go off that part B to that question.
Okay.
when you write your music, since you say it's about your life and storytelling, so and about the different chapters in your life. So through all the people that you ran across and all the stories that you know and things that you experienced, do you ever find that writing can be painful, or is it always like a safe release?
Honestly, it really just depends on the topic and where I'm going in that direction, creative wise, because sometimes I'll do a song and it'll just come out of me and it's real energetic and I'm feeling it and I got that vibe. And then there's sometimes where like I wrote a song called Remember about my grandparents passing away. And when I was working on one project, my grandfather was in and out the hospital and he was having bad health. And then I was working on the next project and my grandmother was having problems and then she passed away. So it was like when I did Remember, I originally wrote the verse talking about my mother's memory and when I was a kid and the sun tea on the porch and clothes on the clothesline. And then I didn't come back to that for like, what was it, like a year? I think I came back to it. And you can't always come back to it. Sometimes once you lose that vibe or that zone, that pocket that you're in, it's like a pool player. You get in that pocket to make that perfect shot. And sometimes you can get back to it and sometimes you can't. For some reason, when my grandfather and then my grandmother passed, it was like I remembered them so strongly that it was like I was able to get back in that pocket and write about how I felt. So for me, that song was very cathartic, I think is the right word I want to say, like a release, but it was also painful because there was a lot of good times, but there was a lot of sad times. So it really just depends. Like, I did a song called Frustrated, and at the time I was dating someone, and it was a very topsy-turvy relationship. And when we were working on the song, I wanted like a Columbine kind of vibe to it, where there was like total chaos and anarchy, and you hear kids screaming in a school, because that's how I was feeling at the time when I wrote it. I was very angry. I was very frustrated, and so it just really just depends on what I'm feeling at that moment, the direction, the creative. Like even the song that me and you did, that came with there was a producer. Shout out to Downbeats, and he gave me this beat and was like, "Hey man, see what you can do with this." You know,
And I will have to cut it in and say, you artists out there, who do this shit, I give it to you because that was not fun to me. I recorded a song with my husband, and that would be the last song. And it's so funny because me and him do like little rhymes and stuff at home, and we come up with little songs at home. But to sit and put that into the studio and sounds and all this stuff, you guys, I have to give it to you. Like, that's not fun, but you guys make it look fun. Like, you guys
well,
make it look
sometimes
so fun. Like, I see
sometimes
how
it
like
is.
you can create an album and it starts off like the process. I see you do like, you'll do maybe like one sentence, or you'll come up with an idea, and then you go off that, and then you find the right beat to it. And then when you go in the studio, it's one thing, you know how to do your little ad libs and this and what sounds right. I'm just like, what? Like, it looks so interesting, but to actually get in there and do it, no, that was so not fun for me. Like, not at all. So I have to give it to you, artists. Like,
But
do your
for
things.
for someone who didn't enjoy it though, you did a really flawless job of
It's
it.
just as hard. There we go. It's like not. It's hard, you guys. There we go. Give it up to the artists. Seriously, what they do is not easy shit. It is not. Thank you for that applause, because it's the truth. Like, it is not easy. Seriously.
But you know what I liked about the song is, as you know, when I was working on the project, I almost didn't finish the project, and I kind of got like
But
stumped a
it was
little
just
bit.
funny how we were at home, doing a
hmm
little lost into it. But it was like
hmm
doing that in the studio. Oh my God, like that was crazy.
Shout out to Burt Blaze too, man.
Yeah, yes, very much
Not only
so.
did he
Now he's
come
at
out and
California. I think he's in California now.
yeah, shout out to Burt Blaze, man. I remember
Okay,
when he came out and did his thing, he showed it mad love.
this is true.
hmm
Of course, I've got some more questions for you.
Do you?
Yes, I do. Of course. What is your favorite thing about being on stage?
Honestly, so I used to be, as a kid, I was really shy, but I wasn't shy around people. But if you put me on a stage,
No,
I
he's
was
not.
shy. But if you put me on stage, I was shy. But I remember my earliest recollection of being in front of a crowd. I was in a Christmas parade dressed up as a gift in Rochester, I think it was. And I was a little scared then. I remember I was a little scared because there were so many people. But I remember the first time I got on stage was in high school. I was a freshman and I did drama class. And when I got on stage and was doing school plays like Antigone, Don't Drink the Water, um, I just loved it. And something about when I got up there, it just felt comfortable, like the energy. Which to backtrack a little bit, before my mother passed, after she passed, I used to draw pictures of myself on stage performing with a DJ behind me scratching on a turntable with camera lights on me. And I never realized that that's what I was
Manifesting.
manifesting. I didn't realize it till many years later, that that's what was going on. But to answer your question, the energy when you get on the stage and you just feel like you're comfortable, the audience can feel your music, and it doesn't matter where I'm at. I could be karaoke and singing Baby Got Back with my friend Mark, that I used to sing karaoke with. And I'm going to make those 15, 20 people or 5 people feel it. Or if it's 10,000 people, they're going to get out there, and I guarantee you the majority is going to feel it because I like to have the crowd participate. So for me, when I get on that stage, that's
And
really
he gives no fucks. You
right. I don't
guys.
give no fuck.
He gives no fucks. Like he
Because you can't when you get out there, you got to go for the gusto. You got to be willing to jump out on that stage. You got to be out there and be your best and have fun with it and just connect with that audience. And I think that's, for me, it's the connection. It's the energy and the connection that I get when I get up there. Because I've seen so many artists perform, and sometimes you'll see them and you can tell that they're very shy, stage shy. Like there was an artist one time I was at a club, and this guy was rapping, and he couldn't have been no more, maybe 22, 23. And he was rapping to the side, looking towards the wall, like how Jim Morrison used to do in The Doors. Like he was really shy. He didn't want to look at the audience. And I told him during intermission, I was like, bro, you actually sounded pretty good from what I could hear, but you need to project to the audience and look at the audience, connect.
This is true. Okay. That actually branches off to my next question.
Did that answer it pretty good?
Yes,
All
very much. Do you think that when somebody's got it? From your experience of being in this industry all these years.
Now I would say a lot more yes. In the beginning, not so much, because you're still kind of finding your way and you're working your way, maneuvering, figuring things out. You're like myself. I was learning how to, do different things, from promoting to performing to writing to booking these artists, and they have to have a certain thing that draws me to them. So, for example, you and we were at a bar in Lansing, and I remember there was a guy performing, and he was one of the few that was rapping without his background vocals. And that's a lot of things that artists do that it's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like if I want to see someone lip sync their stuff, then I'm not going to go to their show. I really don't want to see people lip sync. It's just not professional to me. But I want to hear them. And I remember I was getting a drink at the bar, and something made me want to hear this guy. Was it Drag One? I think his name was Drag One.
Dagda. No,
it wasn't Dagda.
No,
it was,
oh my gosh, I think it was Drag One.
Yeah, I think it was Drag One. Shout out to him. And what drew me to him is he was reciting his music, and he didn't have the background vocals controlling over his voice. So you actually heard his vocals. So it actually made me stop when I got my drink, and I literally walked up and watched him perform. And you can hear it. When you feel what they're saying and you can hear it and you can feel it, for me, that's when you know they got it. Like, for example, I got a coworker, Tone Gotti, that we've had on the show. He's got it.
Very much.
Without a doubt.
Yeah,
he's got it. He's very
it.
humble, very professional. He's got the charisma. He's got the business sense. He just needs a little tweaking in the marketing. Once he gets that, he'll be good to go. He's got a good camp that he's working with. Shout out to Royal Mitten doing their thing.
And him as a product, he's believable.
He's believable because he's writing from his life. He's writing from his relationships. He's writing from his perspective
and
of life.
And he's found his sound, and he's comfortable in his sound. He's not trying to be somebody else.
And another thing, he doesn't use a lot of auto-tune. He uses a little bit enough to tweak his voice on the vocals, but he doesn't overdo it.
That's true.
And I hate auto-tune.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
Okay. Still on the music. Okay. What would be your ultimate job?
My ultimate job?
Yes, in the music industry. What would it be?
Honestly, it used to be I liked promoting, but more so now than ever, I'd like to be more of an A&R, like an A&R that could direct artists and help establish their place in the industry. Because right now, there's a lot of artists right now, they just need that little extra push. or even if I could be like a coach, like an A&R coach or something, like a not a life coach, but like a music coach, someone that actually cares about the artist enough to give them that tough love, but that criticism, and not be a yes man. Because one thing I learned in the industry, there's a lot of yes men. People will tell you your shit is phenomenal. It sounds great. Oh my God, that shit's dope. It's fresh. It's fucking stale as fuck. You're lip syncing to your shit. You're rapping off beat. You're not looking at the crowd. You don't have a good mix. All these things play
And
a
you
part of
don't
that.
know how to write.
And you don't know how to write. So you have to connect. You can't just write a song with a million cuss words in it, but you don't have no substance behind your shit. And sometimes I hear songs that are like that. Like every other word is motherfuck, fuck, 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 motherfuck, buck, buck, fuck. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you're gonna cuss because you're trying to emphasize a plot line in your song. Don't just be like fuck, duck, buck, truck, chuck, uck, fuck, buck, motherfuck. Like, no. And stop with the A's. I mean, if you want to do A's every now and then, cool, but that's just me. I mean, I'm not, and again, I'm not trying to criticize. Please don't take that artist that way. It's just, when you do this, this is not a fad. This is not a trend. This is not a fashion. This is something, if you're really going to go all out, you got to really go for it because, and like Kathy said, zero fucks. You have to get out there. You have to have a thick skin, and you can't let anything distract you or get you off focus or off kilter or off your square. Because as soon as you do that, you've lost. So you got to have a thick skin for this shit. You got to have zero fucks. You got to be raw with what you say, but you got to be real and stand behind what you're going to do.
This is true. I think the realness part comes down to because that's going to be your foundation because there's going to be tons that comes at you.
Yeah.
Like,
Without a
that's
doubt.
just life. Life's going to come with its good time. Life's going to come with its bad. And just like Jason was saying to me earlier, we're at the beach, that you got to live because regardless, good times and bad times are going to come. You can't be in fear because at the end of the day, life just comes with its ups and downs. That's just what it is.
And that's really what it is we go through life's and tribulations in different chapters, and we go through different seasons.
So through the different seasons,
Mhm.
okay, of you writing your different particular albums, which one do you, which chapter do you say from each album you've written do you like the most? Which chapter that you've written about that you like the most?
So when I was working on Life Child's Underground affiliate, which is what UGA ended up being, because my buddy Gianni, that we've also had on the show, he used to call me just affiliate, and I used to go by Yaktown affiliate. Well, I decided to drop the Yaktown and put underground in front of it because I felt like I've always been on the underground scene, always on below the radar when it comes to music. You know what I'm saying? Like the local scene. And when I did the Life Child's Underground affiliate, I was still kind of learning my way with the production. I did most of the production myself. I wrote all the lyrics. I did some of the mixing on there when I was working with Tyrone out of Logic Sounds. And then shout out to Tyrone too, wherever you are, buddy. And when I started working on another album, I kind of was going through a season at that moment. And at that time, I kind of like paused the album. And my boy Origix ended up putting a lot of the tracks out along with some other unreleased stuff that was on other projects, basically. And he kind of kept that vibe going, kept the theme going. So then when I started working on Abandonment Issues, I was working on a totally different vibe. It was kind of like how Eminem was with his second or third album. It was like a cross between the Marshall Mathers and the Eminem Show. It was very lyrical, deep, but it was also sarcastic and funny. But then when I started working on Reality Check, which was my current project that I dropped during COVID, shout out to Mark Kemp. When we were putting that out, everything happened. Pandemic happened. You know, the masks, everything. It was just like everything shut down. So I still wanted to press these CDs up. And honestly, I think my most cohesive, consistent project would have to be, honestly, I really liked Abandonment Issues, but I like Reality Check a lot more because it's like the ups and downs in life and the balances in life. It's like it's all about choices. It's like when you were talking about that one night about choices. And so you have the life and death on everything that you do. So like on one side, you have the white picket fence, you get married, you got a good job, you got, everything going your way. On this side, you might lose your sense of religion. You might get addicted to drugs. Might get in a car accident, lose your license. You might get locked up. You might lose your sanity. You might lose your fucking life. So it's like those are the results of the choices in life that people make. And it's really just a matter of where you're going to go.
Mm,
And,
that's very true. I like that. I like that answer a lot. I really, really do.
and a quick thing, reality check was really about shit or get off the pot. You know, if you stay in one spot and don't live life, you stay mentally, physically, and spiritually stagnant if you don't move. If you know, the only way to move is to move. And people say that's easier said than done, but no, to move. If you want to move, you have to make that step to move. Otherwise, you're just talking about making the move. You're contemplating making the move, but you got to actually fucking move to make.
And that's
that
the
move.
hardest part. I think that's the hardest part. Do you think these days, when it comes down to new artists, that they don't have that particular mentality of wanting to make the moves to do what they have to do to really, really make it, or they just want it to be handed to them because of social media?
Oh, that's a great question. I believe it's a little bit of both. So social media has got people to where they're more lazy now, that they're more comfortable in being lazy, that they don't have to do much. You can just get on TikTok or Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, you know what I mean? And or start your own website. And you can do a viral video on YouTube and go big. I mean, look at that girl, I forget her name, but she was on
Dr. Phil?
no, she was on Family Feud. No, she was on Dr. Phil too. That other one, but whatever her name was. But I forget her name. But bottom line is, you can use the social media to your advantage. But here's the downfall: if you don't know the grassroots approach, if you don't put in the actual hard work and actually grind and hustle and learn every aspect of things, from whether it's production to mixing to editing to promoting to photography to videography to networking. You have to know all these different facets if you want to make it as an artist. And a lot of these artists, some of them don't have that. They might have great marketing skills, but they can't talk to an audience or they can't call a CEO.
And this is why it's important to have a team. I call
Yeah.
it your extensions of you, your circle.
You do.
Because your circle is going to be able to do the things that you may not be able to do.
Yeah, and you have to be very picky on who your circle is,
Yes.
because when you're building a team, there's no I in team. So you can't put someone in your team and that isn't going to work as hard or harder than you. You want someone.
Or you, as the artist, have to remember that you are nothing without your team. They're
Yes.
the people that make you. Like we
Yes.
were watching that, quick scroll moment. We were watching that movie Idol. And the
Oh,
girl
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
remember how the girl's circle that she had around her was just talking behind her back.
Yeah, and they were just lying to her and saying
to her
everything was
face.
fine.
And
but
these
you-
are like the people who make her as a
Yeah.
product, and they're just lying to her face, So
because that's what they get paid to do. They
Yes.
get paid to snowball the artists and keep them in the dark about things. I mean, look at Britney Spears when she had the
That's true.
quote unquote mental breakdown, but really it wasn't that. She just was dealing with a lot of personal shit. And anyone, think about it, when you're selling millions and millions of albums and you're going on tour constantly,
since
that
you
would
were a child,
that would drive anyone fucking crazy after a period of time. I mean, I wouldn't even say crazy. It would just
Burn out.
fatigue. It would just be burnt.
Burn out.
Exactly, burnt out. She was really burnt out. She was tired. She got sick of feeling like just a product, and that's what these labels make you, is they make you a product. So a lot of these artists, they're all about it because they don't realize the long haul, what they're going to have to do. They don't realize that they literally sell their soul. They don't realize when they get on the label that they owe.
they sacrifice one thing for another thing and don't even realize that.
and they owe everything.
Yep.
So it's like when a record deal, a lot of these artists don't know, but it's really just a loan. They're like loan sharks. They say, okay, we're going to give you a $10 million record deal, which is unheard of. You probably won't get that. You might get $1 million record deal, but you're going to do a $200,000 music video. You're going to have a $250,000 to a $300,000 producer. You're going to have
Yeah. All that you're paying
$100,000 in
for.
marketing, and you're paying for that. If you don't sell shit, guess what? You owe the company.
And and you don't even own your masters or anything.
I mean-
Okay. Sorry, I had to swing it back
No,
onto
you're
this
good.
question before I lose my question that I have in my head.
No, you're good.
Have you ever, out of the 20 or more years you've been in the industry, have you ever been propositioned for a particular music deal?
I have. So I was on a show called Who Wants to Be a Star. Shout out to DJ Taxi, wherever you are, and Natasha Graham. So I had heard about this show called Who Wants to Be a Star. And I think Natasha was the one that told me about it. She used to work at a shoe store. And I remember there was this thing saying, hey, if you want to be on this show, local cable channel, whatever. I didn't even know that's what it was. But they're like, if you want to be on this show, you could perform 1 or 2 songs. It's $150, blah, blah, blah. So I reached out to Natasha about it. We were talking about it, and we went in on it together. And we did a song called "In My Life," and I think we did another song, "Revelation." I think we did "Revelation" and "In My Life," and they liked it so much they brought us back again. And little did I know that they were broadcasting the same performance that we were doing for like over a month. And apparently there was a label from 7 Mile Records that wanted to sign me. Willie Lewis, I think his name was. And at the time, I was in my mid-20s, and basically we got to Fishbones in Detroit at Greektown. And I remember the guy had a business suit on and everything and a tie, and I had this legal pad with all the different things that I wanted in the label. Like I wanted my own cordless mic, I wanted the rights to my masters. I mean, I had like this nice little list of things
Really?
that I wanted. Even then, I knew. I think I was like probably 25, 26, maybe somewhere in that area, 24 to
So
26.
yeah, you knew how to write out stuff.
Yeah, I knew what
Okay.
I wanted. And when we had the meeting, I remember we were sitting down at the table, and Willie was like, "So I think what I'm going to do is I want to sign you to my record deal, sign you to a record, to my label, 7 Mile Records. And I want to put your album out. We're going to go out to California, and we're going to fly you out there, and you're going to work with some songwriters." And I stopped him, and I was like, "Well, did you listen to the album I gave you, the demo, which was Life Child's Underground Affiliate?" And he was like, "Yeah, I listened to it, but I think we can go in some other directions, and we can, with my writers, my team, I can help you, you know, do what we need to do to achieve the success you're looking for." But at the time, when you're in your mid-20s, and this was the first time I actually met with a guy at the record, company, I was like, "Well, you didn't really listen to the album then. Like, did you listen to what I was saying? Like, I got writing skills." And I think I was just kind of cocky with it. And I wasn't trying to come off as that way, but I didn't want someone telling me how to be. It's just like when I had another opportunity after that. There was a guy that named Mike, and he knew Alley Life, and he knew Marshall Mathers and whatnot. Everyone knows who that is, Eminem. And he wanted to put me on a deal as well, but he wanted me to produce for Alley Life. He wanted me to produce for all his different artists that he was working with, and put me on the back burner. And he wanted me to rap like Too Short. And as you know, Too Short raps about pimping hoes, bitches, and sex and pussy, right? You know what I mean? Like that's what he raps about, and some street shit too. But it's mostly sex. It's like Two Live Crew rap all
Right.
the way through. And I was like, well, what if this album don't sell? He's like, well, you could do the next album whatever you want. I was like, well, but what if this album don't sell and they don't care about the next one? I don't want to do like a Vanilla Ice thing. No, not to diss Vanilla Ice, but a lot of people know what happened with him. He came out with the commercial album. He kind of disappeared for a while, and he kind of went more into the rock and roll. Started doing more like the reality shows. I didn't want to fade away like that. I didn't want to do something where people looked at me like a one-hit wonder. And so me and Mike severed ties. And then with Willie, it was just more of I didn't feel something was telling me not to sign with this guy. I remember he was talking about Suge Knight, and Suge Knight had a real negative experience with Tupac, as a lot of people know,
Right.
right? So he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have you connect with my friends, and we got some connection with Suge Knight, and we're going to California and have these songwriters." I'd never been to California, never been to the West Coast. I could have easily said, "Yeah, let's fucking go," but something told me not to. When he mentioned Suge Knight, and then he also mentioned that, you know, uh, that he listened to my album, but he thinks that we could do something different. It was like he really probably didn't listen to it like that. And maybe he did. Maybe he saw me as a different product. And I guess then I wasn't.
That's a lot of times to be propositioned, though.
Yeah, I wasn't. I wasn't
That's
trying.
three. That's three times.
That's
That's a
true.
lot. I didn't know that it was that many.
Well, I
Wow.
also was supposed to be. So I don't know if you knew this, but the same time Eminem got. Shout out to Lisa 96.3. Back in the day in 96.3, she used to be the head DJ down there with Bo the Jammer, Michael J. Fox, and all them. And the dude that you like that's on Fox 2, he was actually one of the DJs on 96.3. I forget his name. Jay Towers. Jay Towers.
Oh.
So it was Jay. I believe it was Jay Towers. It was Lisa, Bo the Jammer, and Michael J. Fox. And then they went to DRQ, and then DRQ folded up. So they used to have a thing called open mic, and it was on Saturday nights. And you used to basically call in on the air, and you'd come in the studio, and you'd be able to freestyle on the air. My buddy Chris Brown out in Grand Rapids, when I was in East Countwood, we actually were booked to do open mic that night, Friday night open mic. We didn't get to make it, unfortunately, because traveling arrangements just couldn't make it happen. But scheduling arrangements. And I sometimes wish that, damn, what would have happened if we did that? Because we were literally booked the same night that Eminem was booked.
Hmm. Who would have thought? Who
Yeah.
knows? Who'd have thought? Who knows? That's
You never
very
know.
true.
I mean, because look at Big Sean. Big Sean got his record deal in JLB. He stopped
You know what? That's
Kanye West
true.
in the hallway and started rapping to him. And Kanye was kind of like trying to brush him off at first, but then Big Sean was like, how I would be, like taking no for an answer. Like he wasn't taking no for an answer. And he stopped him in his tracks and rapped for him.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Let's. What is your ultimate? And you have to choose only one. There is no other choices.
Oh, I know what you're gonna ask.
Who is your favorite music artist?
Ooh. Oh. Okay.
Only one. Only one. There is
Damn.
no other choices.
There is no other choices. Damn.
Fine. We'll go with genre to make it easier.
Can I do like top 5?
Nope.
So just one.
Nope. Just one out of
Just
each category. One out of each category. Rap.
So for rap, the one that stood out the most to me, damn, I'm gonna get a lot of criticism for this, but really it was LL. LL.
Wow.
It was LL. I mean Run DMC too, but it was really LL. It was really LL.
Really?
When I saw that video Bad and I saw the video concept and his girl got kidnapped and he was like chasing her and trying to find her. It was like a whole story. And then
I
he's just
know.
rapping on the table and he just jumps off the table and he's got the red outfit on, the red Kangol, the gold chain, the sneakers, he's got the red sweatsuit and he just jumps off the stage and just no rapper can rap quiet like I can. You know what I mean? Like I was like, holy shit, like who is this?
Okay. We'll go with, I'll shake things up. Pop.
What? Pop? My
Mhm.
favorite pops.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I mean, you already know I like Prince, but like if I was to say who my favorite was, damn, that's a good question. It's like we don't even have the Jeopardy theme on here either. It's just like we have I gotta think for a second.
Do, 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 do.
Michael Jackson.
Okay. Good answer. That's a great answer.
I would have to say Michael Jackson because I remember when I was a kid and I had the VHS, the making of Michael Jackson that John Landis did. My mom got it for me for Christmas. It was on VHS and it was like 20 minutes long. It had the making of Thriller, and I was probably like 10 or 11. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Rock.
Rock, favorite rock band of all time.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going with classic rock, can I do 2 different rock? Classic rock and today rock that I
Okay.
might like.
Okay.
All right, so or even classic rock. So, growing up, obviously Journey, fucking love Journey. They had so many great songs. But like today rock and roll, Motley Crue, like even then classic rock, but it was more like classic metal. Motley Crue.
Mine would be Lenny Kravitz.
Lenny's dope.
Lenny Kravitz for me. All right.
R&B maybe would be
I was about to say what's R&B.
R&B. Honestly, Rick James.
Damn.
Pop
Okay.
R&B, Rick
Okay.
James.
Okay, I'll give you that one. I'll definitely give you that one. Okay.
And if I was to say industrial, Gary Newman and
Newman, I
Nine
knew
Inch Nails all day.
Okay. We are going to do, let's see. All right.
What a lightning
Flash
round.
time. Yeah. Flash time or lightning round. All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
All righty. This round consists of some questions. And you have to answer them with the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Favorite toothpaste?
Coconut oil.
Oh, nice answer. That's what we use at home.
It is.
Oh, right. And it is the best thing ever. Okay. Favorite food?
Italian.
Cheese or sour cream?
Sour cream.
Ooh.
You're really thinking like these
Ice
are not
cream?
ice cream. Favorite ice cream?
Yes.
The non-dairy one that has the peanut butter and the chocolate that I like that always tears my system up.
Tupac or Biggie?
Damn. Tupac for realism and Biggie for lyricism. They both had their own
That's not an answer, but that's not.
I can't really choose between the two. That's a hard one to choose. And I'm not the only one that probably feels that way. I mean, because, Biggie was strong lyrically, so was Pac, but Pac was more raw and real, and Biggie was more...
So you got to pick one. Pick one, pick one, pick one.
Fuck, Tupac.
Okay. Favorite movie?
Blues Brothers.
Oh, my God. Okay.
What?
I know you love that movie.
Dan Aykroyd. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know why I like that movie. And just a real quick thing about it is because I grew up watching the first 5 years. I've been pretty much been watching Saturday Night Live since I was a kid. And it premiered around the time I was born. So I've been watching it ever since I was a kid. So the first 5 years was the best. You had Garrett Morris. You had Jane Curtin. You had Lorraine Newman, Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, and John Belushi. So, I mean, you had the best of the best.
Okay. All right. Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Fruit Loops?
When I was a kid, it was Fruit Loops. Older, it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but I would say Fruit Loops.
Okay. Doritos or Cheetos?
I used to eat more Cheetos than Doritos. Doritos always get stuck in my teeth. I did. I used to fucking hate that shit. You see me, I'll be over in the corner with like 20 fucking toothpicks I'll be breaking toothpicks trying to get that shit out of my teeth.
Night
Fuck
or
Doritos.
day? Are you a night or day?
I would say I'm a night person.
All right. Last but not least, let's see. This would be a good one, but nah.
Whatever your mind is, say it.
I'm fat or skinny.
Fat. I like big butts and I cannot lie. I don't want to date an anorexic chick with no ass. Like, you could have all tits but no ass, that ain't gonna work for me.
Hamburgers or hot dogs?
Hamburgers. I can't fuck with hot dogs anymore.
Okay.
Because when you're a kid, they're like, oh yeah, eat hot dogs. They're great for you. And you get older, it's like, don't fucking eat them. It'll kill you. Plus, you find out what's in them. You're like, no. I don't
Okay.
think so.
Porterhouse steak or filet mignon?
Porterhouse. You like filet. I'm more like
I do.
porterhouse.
I do. All right, you guys. And that concludes the interview of Mr. UGA, a.k.a. my husband, Jason. Tell us where to find you on social media.
Honestly, Instagram, Voorhees187, and that's pretty much it. Like,
All righty.
yeah, that's
Anything else you want to tell the audience before we get out of here tonight?
If you're an artist, if you're a poet, business owner, musician, singer, dancer, if you have an idea for us to do on the show, feel free to hit up Kathy on her social media, which is
Kathy Bravo Cuts, all one word. KathyBravoCuts.
And also, you can go to UGA number 2 raw number 4 life@gmail and email me. And if you want to be a guest, maybe get some links to your music or whatever you do. And we definitely keep that in mind because we're looking for some fresh guests to be a part of this show. It's called Talking Nude because honestly, we give zero fucks what people think, and we hope you enjoy it. And if you don't, zero fucks. Like, no, I mean no disrespect, but I mean that's just the best way to say it.
That's actually intended for a little bit of disrespect because obviously
yes, it's disrespectful if you're disrespectful.
Yeah,
like
we do not reward disrespect with respect. We don't do that here.
Exactly. And it's good vibes only. So if you have toxicity or negative shit to say, just say the drama for your mama.
Yeah.
Pretty much it. Or your daddy or brother or sister.
Just don't bring it here. Stay over there. Stay over there.
Stay way the fuck over there.
All right.
People always want to know what like 6 feet is with social distancing. Stay way the fuck over there.
Thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in.
To another great episode of
Talking Nude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I see my girl and she's...
I'm talking nude.
I see my girl, Kathy. And she's...
I'm talking nude.
Yeah. She's got the shower.
Yeah.
She's just...
Talking nude.
Shaking that ass.
Wild.
Talking nude. See y'all next week, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Actually, not next week. The week after, because it'll be a holiday.
Yeah.
I think.
Bye.
Talking nude. Or is it next week? I don't know. Guess you gotta tune in to find out.
On Talking Nude.
Talking.
Oh, that was funny.